What up YouTube? How we feeling today? Hope you're doing great, hope you're doing fantastic. Back with another Division 2 video. It's Wednesday, so we're gonna have a look at Cassie Mendoza. And I'm gonna show you a few best buys of the normal vendor reset, as I skipped the vendor reset yesterday. But before we begin, I wanna quickly dive into some XP gains. As we of course saw with DU 16.1 that the summit farm has been nerfed. And we found out that the resource convoys were nerfed as well. As Epic Slayers, we all know, another content creator asked the devs on Twitter why the hell they would nerf the resource convoys as well. And Yannick, of course, the creative director of the division, responded to that. If this is true, it is not intended. So guys, don't worry about it, we can still hunt our resource convoys, we can still get up to that 580, almost 600k XP, if you do it of course on heroic with some directives on, so we can still gain some XP by doing the resource convoys, but again, it is under investigation, and Yannick told us that this isn't intended, so they only got us on the summit farm, so don't worry about it guys. And again, be respectful to the devs. Of course, a lot of us are disappointed in a few things that happened with the last patch, and of course that shadow nerf from the summit farm, but always be respectful. Don't curse out the devs, they are working hard, they are just humans as well, and they still have a small team, so my ask to you is always be respectful. But let's dive right into Cassie. And starting with Cassie Mendoza, the swap chain is for sale here. This is the named SMG that always comes with a perfect talent, and this has perfect unwavering on there. SMG damage, maxed out critical hit chance, and damage to armor on there. Jumping over to the named Empress International, the battery pack, and this again comes with a perfect talent, perfectly calculated, skill tier, status effect, and weapon handling. Jumping over to the shield splinter, assault rifle damage, health damage, maxed out damage to armor, and again named item, named talent, perfect optimist. Hunter killer, named item again, perfect intimidate, comes with health and status effect, and then an armor roll. If you don't see the shield splinter or if you don't see the hunter killer, that means that you need to take out all the hunters that the game has to offer. For the shield splinter, you need to take out all the year 1 hunters. They will drop 8 keys for you. With those 8 keys, you can open up a box in the White House. After you open this box up, the shield splinter will always be for sale at Cassie Mendoza. The same for the hunter killer, but now take out all the year 2 hunters. These are the hunters that were added to the game with Warlords of New York. They will drop 8 keys for you as well. Open up the box in Haven. After you open up this box, the hunter killer will always be for sale at Cassie Mendoza. Jumping over to the backpack of Nego with weapon damage and weapon handling on there. The chest of Hunter's Fury, weapon damage and repair skills. The weapon damage is pretty decent, so you could pick it up and roll the repair skills away if you're still looking for it. Over to the Glass of Aces of Eights with 5.2% critical hit chance already on there, and then 10.6% weapon damage. This could be again another great buy, only 0.8% away from the critical hit chance cap, so you can roll that weapon damage to the max core, or of course go for some blue core, whatever you want. Then over to the knee pads of True Patriot, armor and hazard protection. Holster of Heartbreaker, armor and again hazard protection, then the mask of Tip of the Spear, weapon damage and repair skills. Jumping over to the military M60E4, comes with Eyeless as the talent, rate of fire, damage to target out of cover and LMG damage. Then over to the Super 90, shotgun damage, maxed out damage to armor and headshot damage, and this comes with fast hand as the talent. Backpack of Petrov, weapon damage, critical hit damage, repair skills and opportunistic as a talent. Then over to the mask of Badgertough, armor, armor regeneration and critical hit damage. So this could be a very nice buy, especially for a shotgun build if you want to combine the crit and the armor regeneration, because this gives you the chance to or up the armor or change it, for example, for weapon core. This could be a very interesting buy. Then over to the mods, 10.8% critical hit damage, and at last the 4.5% damage for your mines. So let's jump over to the normal reset, and I'm gonna show you all the best buys, or at least the best buys, in my opinion, that we can pick up this week. And for the countdown vendor, we of course again can find the swap chain and the battery pack exactly the same as at Cassie Mendoza. And next to that, they sell a baker's dozen with maxed out damage to armor, 11% rifle damage and 13% critical hit damage. Because it's the named M1A, this comes with the talent Perfect Lucky Shot. And then at the clan vendor we can find the scalpel with maxed out marksman rifle damage, and as this is a named marksman rifle, this comes with a named talent Future Perfection. So if you're still looking for it, this could be a decent buy. You can roll the critical hit damage away for some damage to target out of cover, for example, and then you only have to optimize the headshot damage to get this to god roll. Next to that we can find the gloves of Umbra as well, with 12.8% weapon damage already on there. So if you're unlucky to find the Umbra gloves with a decent amount of weapon damage on there, you can pick it up and roll that repair skills away. And then at the theater we can find a very nice classic M1A. This comes already with damage to target out of cover as an attribute, and it comes with Ranger. Both of these things you want on your classic M1A, but if you don't want to go for Ranger, then just optimize every single thing on the attributes, and then you have yourself a classic M1A that you can change the talent in to whatever you are comfortable with. But this is in my opinion one of the best buys in this week's vendor reset. And then over in New York, the first vendor, we can find a Bellstone holster that has a combination of health and critical hit damage and 120k armor. It isn't the best buy, but this already has that critical hit damage pretty high up there, so you can roll that health away for some armor regeneration, for example, and optimize the armor. This could be a decent buy if you're still looking for some critical hit damage on a holster of Bellstone and you want to combine it with some armor regeneration builds. But yeah guys, that's pretty much it for the full vendor reset, or at least a full Cassie reset, and then I showed you a few must buys or best buys that were in my opinion worth traveling for. It's of course not something that I normally do, but I thought I would change it up a little bit more as we talked a lot about TU16 and all the changes that happened yesterday with the TU 16.1 patch. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it for today. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to smash that like button, hit that subscribers button, and of course that notification bell. PurePrime out!